Through the 2020s, we have seen 6 different NBA champions, but there's one outlier. We've also seen only one team to lose twice, and that is the Miami Heat. And both times they were led by
Jimmy Monster.
but now with him forcing his way out of Miami, how do we fix this team? And for today's episode of Yoka Sports, we're doing a whole new concept, rebuild. So Miami Heat rebuild in 3, 2, 1. Now, the Heat are a team that I would say have been failing upwards for a good minute now. So they've hired me right after the draft. So I had no process of that. We get who we get. We can't get upset. To get some owner objectives. They've hired me with some objectives, which means we have to keep Bam at all costs is the first objective. That's quite obvious. And our second is to acquire a player from a non-US country to grow the Heat around the world. Now, do I want to do that? Honestly, yes. We've had a good percentage in the NBA of our best players right now. At least our top 5 are not all American, which is surprising to say the least. Now, obviously, to start off, we have to list our untouchables. Our untouchables, obviously Bam, forced to be an untouchable, not by choice. I would keep Bam. Let me get this clear. Bam Adebayo, great player, great two-way player. I think he's a very decently efficient scorer, and at that rate, pretty great. Our second untouchable player is Kel'el Ware. I like what Kel'el is bringing to the Heat right now. I think he's bringing a presence that lets Bam play the 4, and he gets to play the out-and-out 5. But we do need to bring in someone to back him up. That's for sure. I don't think this skinny kid can take a lot of the beating. But he was in all-rookie team, I believe. And our third untouchable, you're going to think this is kind of weird, but I have Davion Mitchell. Now, Davion Mitchell is a player, 3-and-D player, who's really great off the bench. Came in big for the Heat in the Cavs series and in the play-in. He's a good player. I think this is someone you keep off the bench. He's now becoming a vet in the league. He is good at what he does. He can take roles when players get injured. We also have some team options to consider. We have Nikola Jovic, I believe is how you pronounce that, and Jaime Jaquez Jr., a Mexican man. We could keep him. Maybe that would get the board objective, but I don't think the board likes him, and our coach doesn't play him. Eric Spoelstra doesn't want to play this guy. I was thinking maybe we slime out Eric Spoelstra and we find a new coach, but I feel like that's disrespectful to Heat culture. The Heat are the Pittsburgh Steelers of the NBA. They've just won more recently. So I think we're going to accept Nikola Jovic's team option. I feel like with a player like Jovic, you get the, he's actually also outside of the U.S. country player, but obviously that doesn't count. But he didn't get to play much this season, facing a season-ending injury, so we're going to get to see more of what he has for this team. We also need to do our qualifying offers. We need to get a restricted free agent. And Davion Mitchell is a cornerstone, so we're going to put it there, and we are going to match whatever another team wants to give him, because why wouldn't we? We just spoke so highly of him. Why wouldn't we? And this is our right now lineup in cap. Our right now lineup is Bam at the 4, Kel'el Ware at the 5, Wiggs at the 3, Davion at the 2, and Harrell at the 1. Now, what stands out to me about this is Andrew Wiggins' contract is absurd. I don't want to carry his $28 million salary on me. I don't want to re-sign him. He's getting to an age. And for the last 2 years, he's been battling personal reasons on why he has been out. I've heard a lot of Heat fans don't like him in general, and I've heard a lot of speculation that the Lakers might want to trade for him. We'll have to see if the Lakers offers a package. I hope not, to be honest. They don't have anything of worth outside of Austin Reeves, which didn't even accept his extension. We have Davion Mitchell, who's a restricted free agent, but we have one outlier, Tyler Herro. Mentioned in a Jack Harlow song one time, Tyler Herro is a player that is kind of an anomaly. If he was out in Charlotte, he would probably look just as good as LaMelo, and people do consider him an all-NBA caliber player, but do I? Is Tyler Herro the guy I believe can run my franchise for the next 5 years? Now, this is just a next year rebuild, but we're thinking in the long term. So, can this guy run my franchise in the next 5 years? And that's a question I'm going to keep in the back of my head when it comes to freeing up some cap, because as you can tell, we have negative $27 million in cap. Dollars, sorry, didn't put the sign there, not euros, not Canadian bucks. That's what I'm gonna call Canadian dollars, because I don't know what they are. Maybe sand dollars over there, but that's what I'm gonna call them. So it's a good question, but right now the starting 5 is good. For now, for sure, what we have to trade is Andrew Wiggins. That is an undebatable. I can't have him on this team. I'm a big Andrew Wiggins fan myself, but with this history in the last 3 years, we cannot have him here. other salary cap hitters are Duncan Sheen Robinson, Planet Sheen, and I think his next name's Scary Terry, but I think it's not looking like it in that. You know what I mean. It's not looking like it right there. So we also have these two, and we have Kyle Anderson and Haywood Highsmith. Hold up. That Scary Terry deal, Terry Rozier deal is freaking terrible. It's undeniably terrible, and I think he was getting investigated for something pretty recently. I'm not sure, so he's got to go if we can. I think he was betting on himself, and that's kind of funny. But Duncan Robinson, we'll have to see. If we can't get rid of Terry, we're gonna have to get rid of Duncan. Duncan's kind of an old vet on this Heat team. He has seen the finals. He has the trauma. It's looking in his head like, okay, let me stop that. But it's looking in his head like he is scared. And Kyle Anderson, slow-mo, is a good player, has a good shot. So we might keep him around for veteran depth. He knows he's been around the league for a while. He's been in the playoffs for a minute now. Haywood Highsmith, whatever. He's here. I'm gonna make some calls, and we'll get to see what the GMs want for Andrew Wiggins. We'll see what we can get. But after getting off the phone with the GMs, nothing went wrong during that. You listen to me. If you ever offer me Isaac Okoro ever again, I will fucking kill you. But we actually got 3 decent trades, and I'll lay them out right here for you guys. Our first one is from Brooklyn for Noah Clowney in the first round unprotected. Our second one is a 2028 first round unprotected from Charlotte, which could be pretty valuable. And the third one is Jalen Smith. Jalen Smith is a player who would be good rotational depth, maybe. I don't know if he'd get a lot of starts. I don't even know if he'd get a lot of backup appearances on here. Noah Clowney is also a player where he's a clown. You get it? So, yeah, I'm just going to take Charlotte's deal, because with Charlotte's deal, I get the opportunity to not take any more cap space on at all. And we get a future first round pick for a team that is kind of looking bright, but in 3 years, who knows where they'll be. So our next player we had made calls for was Terry Rozier. And as you can see, nobody wanted that contract. Now, is that why our last GM got fired? I wouldn't outright say that. I would say maybe he got fired for different reasons, but nobody wanted Terry Rozier. So Duncan Robinson was what we said we'd do earlier. So for Duncan Robinson, Detroit offered us, since they have departing players like Tim Hardaway and Malik Beasley, Detroit offered us 3 second-round picks for a shooter, I think, just to make up for what they had. It's going to be weird to see Duncan Robinson in any jersey besides the Heat, but bye-bye, Duncan. We freed up a good amount of money now. Now, when I was making those calls, I thought to myself, is Tyler Herro replaceable? And the answer is yes. To be honest, the answer is yes. We can draft future greatness. We're Miami. We have pool. People want to be in Miami. I'm out here in Miami. Where are the hoochie daddies? Like, come on. We are out here in Miami, and we need to make some trades. So, Tyler Herro, bada bing, bada boom. You're gone soon. So the 3 trades we got for Tyler Herro were Jaden McDaniels. Like, they have a Kevin Durant, but we could have a Jaden McDaniels, and a first-round pick and 3 second-round picks. It's a pretty sweet deal, because Jaden McDaniels is one of those players that's going to bring 3-and-D. But with Davion Mitchell here, and Bam Adebayo here, and Kel'el Ware, I think we have a good amount of defense. I think we need to score. And Tyler Herro is purely scoring, but he doesn't play make very well, and he's not very good at defense. Our second one is Dunn. Ryan Dunn. I'm not taking that. You could offer me all the spotlight in the world, and I'm not taking that. And I know what I just said about having enough defense, but ooh, Bub Carrington. Ooh, and 2 first-round picks. Bub Carrington and 2 first-round picks. It's like Washington's begging me to take this deal. I love Bub Carrington so much. I think he'd be so much better on my Miami Heat team. So whether Bub's going to be a starter or a backup, I'm going to take this trade mostly because of the 2 first-round draft picks, which means we have now 3 accumulated draft picks in 2028, which, I don't want to say we're scouting the middle schools, but we have 2 great picks. So we have 3 in 2028 and now 1 more in 2029. Now let's recap our pre-free agency. My apologies. Pre-free agency, we got rid of Tyler Herro, Duncan Robinson, Andrew Wiggins, and I also forgot to mention the Wizards begged and pleaded for Kevin Love. I forgot he was on our roster. Wasn't a big dent in the salary, so we gave them Kevin Love. In return for everyone, we got Bub Carrington, Charlotte's first rounder, New York's first rounder, Washington's first rounder. Now, Washington and Charlotte's first rounder looks really, really good to have. I don't see these teams making a major swing in the next 4 years. Washington has now got CJ McCollum, Tyler Harrow, and Chris Middleton. The foundation of shot creating. So, if that's what they want, that's what they want. And Alex Sarr. So, hopefully in 4 years, with all that money they've taken on from other teams for some god-awful reason, we now have 3 first-round picks and 3 of Detroit's second-round picks. You know, if you hit on second-round picks, you hit. Congrats. But we'll have to see. It's always good to have multiple. Now, this is our lineup before free agency. We have Bub Carrington, Davion Mitchell, Nikola Jovic, Bam Adebayo, and Kel'el Ware. Our notable backups being Hayward Highsmith, Terry Rozier, the new boy. I already forgot his name. He's going to get rotational minutes, though. The new boy and Kyle Anderson. Now, Kyle Anderson is a good player. So, we need starters. Let me just cut it short. We need starters. So, to find some starters, we got to hit the market. Now, I've created a list of priority players. We need a shooting guard. As much as I love Davion Mitchell, we need a shooting guard. Now, I heard Malik Beasley's got himself in some trouble recently, but this is going to be with the outlook that he is fine. Tim Hardaway and Malik Beasley were both great players for the Pistons, especially as a Knicks fan. In the playoffs, I got to see it firsthand. These are players that can swing games with momentum. We are building to make the playoffs again. We are not building to be championship contenders just yet. It's a 1-year realistic rebuild. So I got those 2 right there. And then ISO Joe would be someone we bring in just to bring in if all else fails. I believe Isaiah Joe's a good player, but if all else fails. And on our small forward terms, Corey Crisper and Zaire Williams. I just got a call right now. Zaire Williams has just signed an extension to the Nets. Yeah, the Brooklyn Nets. So, if we need him now, we'll have to trade for him, but Corey Crisper's a good option. And our backup center, I spoke about it earlier. There's actually 2 great options, Andre Drummond and Clint Capella. I know some of you are going to type in the comments right now, well, Andre Drummond actually just got signed to the Sixers. Well, in this, we're going to offer him more money. I know with Zaire Williams, we kept it consistent, but it's wishy-washy. Andre Drummond's a pretty good deal, and Clint Capella is a more expensive deal, but could end up being better. And Clint Capella is someone you could see in a Heat jersey. And I'm not just saying that because the jersey he's wearing right there kind of looks like the Heat. And for point guard depth, Mr. Worldwide, Mr. Pass him around, Mr. Saturday Night with your boys, you're out, you're bored. You got to hit that. Spencer Dinwiddie. He's been around the league for a minute. So, maybe. And Delano Banton. Now, I'm going to sign some X's, dot some O's, and I'll come back and tell you who we have. Actually got both Tim Hardaway and Malik Beasley, and I just got a call in my universe that Malik Beasley just beat his case. He wasn't betting at all. So we actually now have 2 good players. And these are 2 players that I think we're looking to make the elevation up to starters. Although Tim Hardaway's old, we're still going to pay him the money while he's here. And also, I also found out that Delano Benton is Canadian. So, the owner can't get mad at me. We have a non-US player. He is Canadian. And Andre Drummond is just a great backup center. He's someone who can actually grab you 14 boards in a game, which I believe he did last season. So, with that being said, we have a new lineup. We have, at point guard, we have Bub Carrington. At shooting guard, we have Malik Beasley. At small forward, we have Tim Hardaway Jr. At power forward, we have Bam Adebayo. And at center, we have Kel'el Ware. So these are 5 good players that I think are going to put up some, at least playoff getting 2 numbers for this team. This team is built on defensive foundation. Now, our notable backups, Davion Mitchell, Nikola Jovic, Kyle Anderson, and Andre Drummond. And Delano Belton's there. I think he's going to take rotational minutes. And obviously our rookie will get rotational minutes. People get injured. It is the NBA. We have load management. But I think this is a smooth way to transition the Heat into something where they are just another superstar away. So do I think this team would win a championship this year? No. My current guess is 40-42. That is my current guess, but we'll have to see. I'm hoping to at least pass that 39 win threshold that a lot of teams suffer to pass. So that's my current guess. But if I had to think where this team would be in 5 years, it's a superstar away. And could we trade for that? Yes, we are in Miami. So that is currently my job. I will see you. Peace out.